Alright, welcome everybody. I appreciate you guys coming out. Another installation of Backside Comedy right here at Zembo Temple of Skate Design. Alright, you guys ready to get the show going? Yeah. Alright, I'm one of your hosts, but also we have another host, which I'm bringing up right now. Put your hands together, make some noise with the very funny Ellie Summerling.
Hello, how is everybody tonight? You good? Yeah. It's been 3 years since I last had a dick in me. Depressing, right? And I'm not dick sober, I'm not like celibate, I'm not a lesbian. I just suck at men, which is such a shame because I'd really like to be sucking men, is what. I know that I came up here and you guys were like, this bitch definitely sniffs baby foreheads, and that's true, I do that, 100%. My sister is such an enabler, she had a baby for me. I was like, yes! I go over there, I kick down her door. No, that's not true. I have a key. I have a key. I stop the dogs from getting out, which you cannot do if you kick down the door. And I go and I sniff that baby's head, and she loves it. She's like, ha ha, she thinks it's funny. I'm like, no, this is my fix. And my sister's like, hello, hi, I live here too. I'm like, bitch. It's weird to be friends with your dealer. Oh, yes.
We're in Fishtown. This is one of the only places in Philly I felt like it was okay to wear these pants. I felt like they're gonna be all right with it. Like I listened to LCD Sound System on the way here, just to, some Modest Mouse to get myself in Fishtown mode. I'm pretty new to Philly, and I was trying to advertise a comedy show, and I put it in like a Northern Liberties group, and they told me, oh, that's not in Northern Liberties. And it was on a map, but I don't think they go by the boundaries, I think they go by the vibe. Like, both areas have a lot of vegans, but like Northern Liberties vegans are because of health, and then Fishtown vegans are because you had like a DMT trip where you like saw a field of animals and they told you they had souls and everything was love.
So, I'm thinking about buying a gun. What do you guys think? Good idea, bad idea? I'm thinking about buying a gun, but I realize I'm nervous. I have the same anxieties about buying a gun as I would have about like buying a dildo. Just because I know myself too well, 3-4 lonely nights, I'm probably gonna end up turning that thing on myself. I love emo. Personally, I really wish there'd been an all-female emo band at some point, just because I really want to hear that album, Dude, We Went on 2 fucking dates, why did you write 4 albums about me? I say I like emo. I was not an emo kid, and that's because I was a fat kid, which is like, there's nothing we really look good in. I bought a pair of skinny pants once. It was fucking atrocious. But I'm fascinated when old-fashioned things come back in style, because you never really know what's gonna get. Think like the last few years, shit that's come back out of nowhere. Center parts, vinyl records, mom jeans, the high-waisted jeans. Another thing that came back, Nazis. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting, like, can we get disco, hacky sacks? Like, nah, fascism, sorry. I worry about the rise of Nazis and the far right, because my wife is Jewish, my daughter is Jewish, and I worry about my friends who are LGBTQ and of color. And I also really worry because all these new Nazis look exactly like me. The well-dressed, clean-shaven Nazi did not come back on the nostalgia route. Fucking all of the fucking beer gut and beards and freckles. Freckles. I don't know how the master race is here and it needs sunblock. That's great. Now, if you see 4 guys who look like me walking down the street, just walk the other way. Nothing good. Nothing good. It's either a craft beer convention or the Fourth Reich. You have any idea how good I look in a red baseball hat? You don't fucking see it. I can't go near a fucking tiki torch anymore.
You guys ready for the holidays? You guys gearing up? It was a pretty good retail store here today. Put together some skateboards. Felt like an elf in Santa's workshop today. It was pretty fun. Kind of was reminded that I'm middle-aged today because a customer said I look like a stepdad on the weekend. He eats acid with his new teenage kids. That's not true, though. I'm not a stepdad. I do eat acid with kids. Only on the weekend, though. As I'm getting older, I get get mad when people ask me what I want. I'm like, I don't want anything. Actually, I want a lot of stuff, but they can't afford any of it, you know? Oh, got some news. I recently got married. Like Jesse, I married a Jewish person. Waiting for the perks. I don't see anything in it. My wife's name's not really a Jewish name. It's Stephanie. It's not very Jewish. But her brother, though, has a more traditional Jewish name. It's I don't know if I pronounced that right. Did I get it right? Cool.
I don't have children. I do not have children, but recently I was walking in my neighborhood. I live in Center City, and this guy stopped me. He's like, "Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Are you a mom?" I was like, "No, but I do have Band-Aids in my purse. Do you need something?" He's like, "No, but I just want to let you know that you should be a mom." I was like, "All right, let's do it." Clap. None of you have kids, right? You didn't. Okay. Cool. My parents have kids. They seem happy about it. They are so proud of my brother. It's amazing. No, why wouldn't they be? He's a lawyer in New York with a beautiful wife, and I have potential. No, I'm just kidding. I'm here at a skate shop, so who's the favorite now? Graham. Okay. I'm a single person. That's cool. Yeah. Great, I feel great about it. You don't have to clap for that. You don't have to celebrate that. I'm just a single lady. I like to date using my late grandfather's advice. He was so wise. Rest in peace. He used to always say to me, "Hannah, why make one miserable when you could make a bunch happy?" It's a thinker. And then I would always say, "Pop up, I'm 12. What does that mean? Turns out as an adult, it means join Bumble, pop up ahead of his time. I am on the dating apps, it's good. I'm a queer person. Being out is great. I love it. I love being out. Not pandering. I will say when I did not realize when I came out that I would have to cut 2 of my nails. That was the only part I had a hard time. I was like, what? 2 of them are short now? I'm on Bumble and it's fine. I'm fine with it. It's great. I love reading the bios on dating apps. Everyone puts their height in their bio. But gentlemen, if you're gonna put a measurement in your bio, I mean, there's one that's a little more relevant for my queries. I don't care about your height. I'm just talking about the square footage of your apartment. No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Size doesn't matter. But location does. Please don't say West Philly. It's too far. You can tell it's an old joke, right? Because queer women fucking love Baltimore Avenue. I like that. Where I came out.
I cut my hair. Okay, I said to my mother, who is not a hairdresser, "Hey, I want to cut my hair short. Can you do it?" And she was like, "Yeah." And we went on that adventure together. And afterwards, I called my sister on FaceTime, and she picked up and she went, "Whoa, No Country for Old Men, or are you Zac Efron from the Iron Claw?" And I cried a little bit. It was really rough, but I can't unsee it now. And like, that guy's hair is meant to kind of look like He-Man. So I'm like, oh, by the power of my mother's fabric shears. This happened. No, she's so mean, my sister. She's the best thing that ever happened to me, but she's also the reason I never joined a sorority, because one sister was more than enough. And the sororities headhunted me. That doesn't happen unless you're really smart or super cool, and obviously, I am neither of those things. But I have a skill that they prize more than anything. I am great at glittering, guys. Could you sense that? I'm so good at glittering, like it's in my blood, it's in my heart. It got there through my respiratory system. I'm trying to find my future baby daddy through the medium of Tinder, and it is going bad. I am not having fun. But I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's also a lady comedian, and she was saying, "Elle, you've got to up your level. I don't date a man unless he A, has a job, and B has a 401k, and that is the bare minimum. We are in our 30s, we gotta get it together. And I said, excuse you, I think you need to up your level because I only date entrepreneurs, okay? They don't know what that word means. I don't know what that word means. It kind of sounds French. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Come on, boys. No. The love life has been rough from the beginning, honestly. Like when I was 14, I was talking to my best friend, who my first boyfriend had just dumped me for. Drama club! And she was telling me about how she gave him a blowjob. But I was like, what's a blowjob? I had no idea. And she goes, well, and she describes in great detail. And what she described to me was that she had taken this poor man's penis and just rubbed her teeth up and down like an old-timey washboard, just. And I was like, oh, that's why he dumped me. This is a communication issue. I will just, yes, exactly. I will just call him. And I called him up and I was like, is that why you dumped me? Because I didn't. And no, he dumped me for my personality. But he did dump her for the blowjob. So karma.
I moved here about a year ago, and so I'm still like, getting the hang of things. One thing that I noticed, I'm trying to find out what the laws are because I'm very much a rule keeper. Like, okay, so I was also Mormon my whole life until just very recently, so I don't even know what really drinking laws are anywhere. So when we moved here, the Mummers Parade was going on, and I was like, I don't know a lot about alcohol, but can you be drunk in public? Is that legal? Or and they're like, it's Philly. I'm like, okay. So I walk a lot, and I'm smelling a lot of these jazz cigarettes and whatnot in these streets. And I'm like, so is weed legal here? Like the first open mic I went to, is like, is weed legal here? And everyone just shouted out all this stuff, and it just ended on, it's Philly. It's not a yes or no, it's Philly. And so, imagine my surprise when one day I'm trying to run into the store really quickly, and I'm like, no parking except Monday with 2-hour parking. I was like, it's Philly. It's Philly, they won't care. No, that's the only time it's Philly means hell no. Don't even think about it. It's like you could shoot up heroin on the steps of a daycare and they would turn a blind eye. They won't care. But don't you dare try to park on Sansom at any time, day or night, because you're gonna have to find your car at that abandoned parking lot by the ghost ship and IKEA. Do you know what I'm talking about? You're gonna be out $500. Like, it's insane. It's the one thing they care about. So one time Philly cares.
As I mentioned, my wife is Jewish, and I did convert for her. Not the Judaism, we're all Swifties. I wasn't expecting it, but I received the calling. No, I really do like Taylor Swift, and I think part of it is just, I was a teenager, like 98, 99, like when all the boy bands and like the pop singers were growing up, and it's such like a different night and day, because back then the big obsession was, if you recorded a pop album, doesn't matter how great it was, you're not allowed to touch penis. That's it. They all had to be fucking virgins. Britney Spears, 17 years old, 80-year-old fucking Barbara Walters is on the news interviewing her about her new album. She's just like, by the way, you letting Justin smash? You better fucking not. The whole country was just obsessed with this child's vagina and its sanctity. And now we have Taylor Swift, one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and one of the main fucking drawing points is, girl is fucking it, she's gonna tell you every single detail about it. I did read some of the Bible, because I had free time and wanted to waste it. Has anybody ever actually tried to read the Bible? Yeah, tried. Dude, for a book my nana was so insistent I read, there is so much violence and fucking sex in the Bible that blew my mind. There's a guy named Onan in the Bible. Anybody know who Onan is? Onan, God comes to Onan and says, you need to knock up your sister-in-law after your brother died. Which, first off, that tells me that God was bored with humanity, like, right away. There's been 80 people total, and he's setting up like hot family fantasy taboo scenes to really keep it going. But what happens is Onan does fuck his sister-in-law because he's a God-fearing man, but he doesn't follow through on God's order and he pulls out. And God kills him for it. This is a major law in the Bible. You know how we just skip rules in the Bible? Everybody's obsessed with like gay shit, but meanwhile, if you wear like horizontal and fucking vertical stripes, you're going to hell. Like it's in the fucking rule book. And somehow we just ignore the fact that like every sticky belly you've ever made, you've been tempting the Lord God.
I don't know, it's pretty amazing being married, you know, at this age. That I avoided becoming a stepdad. All these years of dating. I don't know, I just never really dated women with kids. You know? It's not that I don't like kids. I like kids. They're my favorite pieces of shit. Say whatever they want. I don't know, I just don't want to talk to kids, I guess. I talk to them like adults. You know, and it just starts off pretty good, and then it just goes downhill fast. Oh, hi, what's your name? Michaela? Cool. So how's work? Yeah, I don't really have a job either. Play with toys all day, yeah. Feel you. All right, I'm gonna go smash your mom, so catching the way out. I always fuck it up.
I actually, this is true, I really am a big World War II buff. I recently went on a trip by myself to the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. It was my Eat, Pray, War. Have you guys ever been there? Has anyone ever been there? No? Highly recommend, great museum. I went on edibles. Alone on edibles. And I will say, great experience. I probably should not have been smiling the whole time. Like everyone else was around giving war museum energy, and I was giving amusement park energy. I was kind of hoping like maybe there'd be another solo World War II buff there and have a little meet cute. That's a thing. And then I looked around and I was like, oh my God, I'm the hottest person in this museum. Holy shit. That never happens at the MoMA. If you didn't think that was funny, go to any art museum. There's like some girl in the corner, she's sketching. You're like, is she part of the art? I don't understand. But not at the World War II Museum. Nope, I'm telling you, hottest person there. The rest, everybody else was either old people, bachelor parties, but like clearly for a second marriage. They were old. And then it was parents chasing their kids around. I had nothing in common with any of those people except for the kids because I was also smiling like a crazy person. Okay, let's switch gears. If you had to guess, besides this very lucrative night job I have telling jokes in skate shops, if you had to guess how I pay my rent each month, what would you think? Just shout it out. Any guess? Marketing. Oh, I like that answer. Strong start. Also thankful that their first guess wasn't feet pics. Usually it's feet. I'm like, listen, when my athlete's foot clears up, yeah, maybe. Other guesses. Come on, one more person. 2 more people. 3 more people.
I could see you selling expensive plants.
Okay. We had marketing, we have selling expensive plants. Oddly specific, why?
Just giving plant energy, I can't.
You're like, you smoke weed, don't you? You deal weed. That's what you're trying. You said, I sell expensive plants, aka hybrids and indicas only. Sativas are for poor people. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not true. I just made that up. You want to know what I really do? I'm actually a lawyer. No, I'm really a lawyer. When I was in law school, people would always ask me, what kind of lawyer do you want to be? And I'm like, I don't know, a hot one? Fingers crossed. It was funny, when I was in law school, people would always be like, oh my God, your comedy skills are going to help you so much in your law career. I was like, that's cute. I didn't realize judges would want to hear about my pussy. What a progressive legal system we have. Just kidding. It's not progressive, that's the joke.
No, the love life has been rough, like, especially because when I started Tinder, I had beginner's luck. I just straight out the gate matched with the hottest man I have ever seen in my entire life. He was like, if you can just imagine Michelangelo's David, But if he hit 35 and got really into hiking, like that's the level of like, like oh my gosh, he's so good. This man was so hot, he made me want to eat my own teeth. I don't even know what that means, but it's what I felt in my soul. I was like, God damn! And when that happens, when you match with someone that hot, you have to shoot your shot, right? The gentleman will agree, right? The gentlemen who very clearly have CEO in their Tinder profile. No, but I did, and I got on the little appy app, and I was like, hey there, sexy. That's a nice shirt you're wearing in the second photograph. Do you have a picture in the matching bottoms? Send. There was no shirt in that second photograph. I sexually harassed that man, is what I did. I did, and I was like, oh no, I'm a terrible person! But also, I'm like a little truffle pig. I'm just rooting around for dicks.
It's very controversial when you talk to women about childbirth and C-sections and natural birth and epidurals and all that kind of stuff. I personally chose a midwife because I didn't want a doctor with a clipboard. You know, I wanted someone that looked like they were on their way to see the Grateful Dead. You know, it's like, I don't want an epidural, I want ayahuasca. I'm gonna be thrown up anyways, I may as well meet God, and then my baby. Yeah, I like midwives. One of the reasons I chose midwives is because where I lived at the time, my only other option was a university hospital. If you don't know this, it's a learning hospital. So like you'll have regular doctors, do you have some experience with this, being like a guinea pig? It's okay if it's like knee surgery, but when it's giving birth, I did not want a group of half a dozen students with clipboards being like, come on in here, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this lady's hoo-ha. You can see here, it kind of looks like someone took an Arby's classic, dropped it on the ground, and then tried to reassemble it blindfolded. Let's all get a selfie. You guys, I've never seen porn. Do you understand me? Like, I just left Mormonism. Okay, all of us have run into it occasionally when you do a Google image search, and you're like, that actually does look like a roast beef sandwich. I can see why an AI would confuse them.
My wife is bisexual, give it up for me. Hell yeah. My wife's bisexuality is a little bit like her blood type. Like, maybe one day in an emergency I'll benefit from it somehow, but the most likely outcome is gonna be my daughter's gonna inherit it from her. I love being married though, I love being a dad. But like, so many of my friends in comedy are young, and they're all of the belief like, oh, you're married now, you got a kid. Lame, man. You gotta settle down, boring life. It's like, look, I'm here to say, getting married and having kids is one of the most deviant, depraved things you could ever do with your love life, your sex life, your life, period, okay? I know a lot of people are like, they think they're very like open-minded sexually, like, ooh, yeah, we're into S&M and swinging, and like, yeah, I had a groaning orgasm into my wife 18 months ago, and it fucking grew a spinal cord, and now it smiles at me every day. That is some staring into the abyss shit right there.
It's pretty kooky. Getting older. Like, I'm running out of friends to hang out with. Like, they're all either divorced with kids, or sober with no fun. I'm not doing any of that. Get moving out of here. Like, there's certain things you can't do anymore when you get older. You know, like wear your hat backwards. I can't do that. Stop it. Ride a razor scooter. Can't do that. Ride a skateboard. I still skate. And you can't really hang out at playgrounds anymore, you know, alone. Which I like to do, you know, I like to sit and chill, you know, just kind of hang out, watch the kids goof around, watch nature. But it's a catch-22, you know. You hang out at parks alone and kidless, you're a perv, you know. And I guess if you hang out at dog parks alone and dogless, probably want to fuck some dogs, you know.
All right, I should get out of here soon. I am about to get my period like any minute, and I'd like to be there to catch it. No. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I've been bleeding this whole time. I'm doing it. I'm ending on period jokes. I'm closing on, what the audacity to close on period jokes. I'm doing it. I've been doing stand-up almost 10 years. And I remember the first time I told a period joke, this male comedian came up to me after. He was like, "Hey, Hannah, listen." Which, like, by the way, that's a great way to start a conversation with someone, right? "Hey, Hannah, listen. I'm not saying that periods are gross, okay? I'm just saying that period jokes are gross." I was like, "Cool, man, hot take." So then I offered him some advice. I said, "Listen, if we're swapping tips, I just saw you do 5 minutes of jokes about how broke you are and ew." Ew! No, I do love World War II. We already talked about that. And I've noticed there's this cross-section in the World War II buff community where there are men out there, they are both really into World War II and really grossed out by periods. Do we know this guy? Is he your dad or your dad's friend, or pretty much only dad-age people that also like World War II as much as I do? But no, these guys are real. These guys are real. They'll say things to be like, "Wow, it's so crazy that you watch all those gory documentaries." It's like, well, I am a bleeding person. Oh, you want to watch footage from the aftermath of a bloody battle? Well, why don't I just fill my bathroom trash can, bitch? There's a reason I call my vagina the next Squattle Canal. I want to just tell you real quick about the weirdest one-night stand I ever had. I do like one-night stands. It was obviously the guy, right? A weird one-night stand with a girl is just like you don't cuddle enough, right? But a one-night stand with a guy, it was going well. I was having fun. And then he did this thing. I'd never seen this before, but as he came, he just burst out laughing. Like jizzing. Like, just. I had not even told a joke, not one. And as a comedian, the bedroom is like one of very few places that I'm not looking to close on a big laugh, you know? Because I get off when guys are scared. Hear me out. I have this fantasy, right? I'll be having sex with a guy. I can tell he's about to come, and then I'll do something fun, like I'll lean down and whisper, "I hope it's a boy." Just to spook him. All right, you guys have been great. I'm out. Have a great night.
Guys, give it up one last time for Hannah, Trav, Leah, Renee, and Jesse Draham.
Also, give up yourselves for coming out and being part of this incredible comedy show. Put your hands together.
Who wants to see the He-Man hair? Anyone? I'll take it down. It's real bad. It's real bad.
By the power of Grayskull. But anyway, make some noise. Put your hands together for coming out. We do this once a month right here at Zembo Temple Skating Zone. Thank you so much for being part of this.